Hello, my name is Mavis Lamb, and I'm with NIA. Today, I am here with Charlie Hall of CrossCountry Mortgage. He specializes in residential mortgage. Charlie, thanks for spending some time with me today.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And for those that maybe are a little new to the whole mortgage industry and maybe they're looking at first-time home buyer type thing, can you tell us a little bit about what it is you do? How do you help people?
Sure. Buying a home is probably the biggest investment somebody is ever going to have. So education, it starts there. And the first conversation you have, really, I try to give people the information to understand what to expect, the benefits that will come from it, and then basically the plan of attack from there.
I love that. I love that. I love that you put a lot of education in it because I think you're in an industry where sometimes people are afraid to ask questions because they think they should maybe already know what they're doing and they may not.
One of the things I say always, basically, when I wrap up a phone call with a client is, I do this for a living and you don't, so there's no question you should not ask.
Ah, I love that. I love that. I think that's awesome. So how long have you been doing this?
I got into the industry in 2013, January 2nd, 2013. So
Wow.
just going on my into my 13th year.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I believe you started with your father. Is that correct?
Yes, I'd been working in a different field in group sales, and so he was like, "Why don't you come over and work with me? Because never worked with my son before." And I was like, "Might be interesting." So
Yeah.
it was interesting. There's some learning pains there, but he gave me a lot of valuable information, and he was good at what he did. He retired in 2018, but we worked together for a number of years, and I got to see what he did, how he talked to people, and then took the good and the bad it to myself, removing the bad, to try and take his best traits to bring value and integrity to lending for each one of my clients.
I love it. I love it. I've already heard, I think, two things. One, it's a little bit of, it was a family focus, a family business, and you really do educate your clients. But what would you say is another thing that sets you apart from your competition? Because we do know there's a lot of mortgage companies out there.
Right. Well, you have to be well versed on all the different platforms, everything from debt service ratio loans to government loans, just to jumbo loans. Jumbo loans are much more complicated and they're tricky, so you have to be prepared. Again, back to education, you have to have a very streamlined process to be able to let somebody know what to expect because
Right.
during the lending process, especially if you're self-employed or something along those lines, there could be a lot of extra questions that you're not going to feel are necessary, but I can assure you I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for the investors so they can close the loan and get you the money for your home so you can start building equity in the home and do whatever you're going to do in the home.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
and so
great.
it's one of those things where education is everything.
Education is everything, and I think you're right that there might be, why do you need to know that? But you know what has to be presented in the financial world to get the response, to get the approval, to get the best rates, whatever all those things factors are. So I think that's great. And that kind of leads me to, because you've been doing this for a while, what is one of your favorite stories or experiences in doing this for people, whether it's for a client or whether it's something that you went through? What's one of your favorite stories?
The end result of this story that I'm going to tell is didn't it didn't end well for the borrowers, but it taught
Oh,
me very valuable lessons for both how I do live my life personally and professionally.
okay.
So what happened was in the first year, I used to go. It was a different market back then, obviously pre-COVID and everything like that. So I went to a signing with a young couple that were very much in love and very excited to be there and closing on their home together. And what happened was when we were doing the signing, we got to the alias section, and the lady had four different last names, not including her maiden name.
Oh, wow.
So it got very silent when we're sitting there, and the boyfriend's like, "What's this last name? What's this last name?"
Oh, no.
And it turns out she was not forthright with him to let him know that she had been married four times prior to meeting him. So while what happened was when I got in the car, I called my father to say, "Hey, I don't think this loan's going to close." And he said, "Why?" And I explained it, and he's like, "All right, come back, let's go have lunch." Because it was one of those things where she was not truthful to him, and he could not honestly go forward with that. So it taught me a very valuable lesson to always tell the truth And whether it's a hard decision or an easy decision, you just let everybody know what's happening. And that's how I work with my clients. Like if there's a problem, I come to them and say, okay, here's the issue. Here are, in my opinion, the ways, one, two, three ways we fix it.
Right.
And then I never, you step into the big wave, it's going to hit you in the face, and just deal with it forthright. And so you just got to make sure that you have the integrity to do that with your clients and let them know what's happening at all times, and just be forthright and tell the truth.
Yeah. Integrity is so important. In any business transaction, but especially when you're dealing with people's money and their future and their home. I think that's great. It's unfortunate for that couple, but I think you're right. It probably was a big wake up call of let's get everything on the table early on and make sure we're being honest. And that kind of goes back to asking a lot of questions that maybe people don't know why you have to know all this, but it's
Right.
going to come up. So I think that's great. And I am
I
sure,
will tell you,
yeah,
Mavis, I will tell you, it was really awkward for about
yeah,
the next 10 minutes
awkward. You're like, yeah.
because,
That's why I got tickled because I thought, boy, I don't know if I'd want to be in that room. You're like,
yeah,
okay, I'll just step out while you guys.
the signing did not happen.
Yeah,
It was not completed. So it was definitely, it was one of those moments where I'll always remember that, and, apply it to my life, because
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want that to
I
ever.
can see it. I can see it on the screen, Charlie. We're gonna write a story and we're gonna put that in there, but we won't mention anybody's name, so we're gonna protect everybody. But no, I think that's great, and I think that with that and having gone through some awkward things and learned from that, and that was like your first year and you've been doing this, what'd you say, 13
2000, 2013, so 12th year.
12 years, 12 years, and we're heading forth into 2025. You have a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge. You understand where, and you meet people where they are. I can tell that, and everybody kind of comes to it in a different way, like self-employed and not in whatever. So I know there's people that are watching this that are going to say, you know what, Charlie, I think might be the guy that I need to talk to, or my brother needs to talk to, or whatever. So I would love to help make that happen. What is the best way, Charlie, for someone to get in touch with you?
Best way, the best way is always via cell phone, because I'm always available. My wife and I homeschool our children, so I'm available nights and weekends. Whenever you need something, basically, you can text me in the late at night if you wake up and you're worried about something. We can talk about it first thing in the morning. But my phone number is 206-819-3007. I will also say that I'm also licensed in 5 states, soon to be six, as well as certified for renovation loans. So
Ooh.
trying to diversify and trying to do the best I can for clients. So
I
yeah,
think
so
that's great. I love that
always
you're in
happy to be
multiple
here.
states because a lot of people are moving around. And
Mhm.
the renovation thing I think is exciting because some people, rather than move, want to renovate or they buy a fixer-upper. I know people that have done that. So it's great that you'll be able to help them almost no matter what their need is. I think you're the starting point. People need to pick up the phone, text Charlie. He'll get in touch with you. He'll make your dreams come true as best he can. So thanks, Charlie, for spending the time with me today. It was really enjoyable.
My pleasure, Mavis. It's great to see you again.
It's great to see you.